Hello, today we're going to talk about yarn tension in crocheting. Yarn tension is how tight or how loose you hold your yarn. When you make your slip knot and you begin crocheting, you have to hold the yarn over here so that you have enough pull on your stitch or your loop so that you can then do your crocheting. So I want to talk about two ways of tensioning your yarn. So I do it a complicated way. I use my pinky and my first finger. I say it's complicated because it holds your tension a little bit tighter and it requires the use of your whole hand. Some people don't use their whole hand, they just use their first finger, and I'll show you that as well. But for me, I prefer to have my yarn a little bit tighter and it feels more secure to me than when it's looser. So here's how I do this. I pick the yarn up with my pinky finger. I put all three of my other fingers under the yarn. I hold my first finger straight up, and then I use my middle finger and my thumb to grasp either the knot or the stitch. And so as I crochet, I have to move my hand up and I re-tension the yarn. I don't do this on every stitch. I usually do it every other stitch or so, like that, okay? That's how I like my stitches to come out, so that they're nice and even, and I tend to crochet a little bit tighter. Another way of tensioning is just to run the yarn through these two fingers right here, and then you still hold your stitch or your knot with your middle and your thumb finger, but you just pull the yarn through like this. You don't wrap your pinky around, you just leave it loosely over your first finger. Speed crocheters tend to tension like this because they can just keep going. They don't have to stop to retension with their pinky. But I like to tension with my pinky just because I like my stitches to be a little bit tighter rather than a little bit looser. So you can see here in my chain, these are slightly tighter than this section, and then this section here gets a little bit tighter again. It's because I changed the way that I tensioned my yarn. So if you want your yarn or your pattern to be a little bit looser, then just use your first finger, and if you'd like it a little bit more secure or tighter, you can use your first finger and your pinky fingers to tension. So that's how you tension your yarn when you're crocheting.